Welcome, and today we will talk about the halftime shows that made history with the most viewership. Super Bowl events gather the masses in celebration in support of their favorite team, food, and nationally televised pop concert, known as the halftime show. For decades, the show would simply feature a college marching band or two, with a performance by Andy Williams or Up with people tossed in for good measure. But that all changed in 1993. That's the year when Michael Jackson turned the Super Bowl halftime show into must-watch television. Here are the top 5 Super Bowl halftime shows with the most viewership in history. Number 5. Bruno Mars and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Super Bowl 48. Bruno Mars was a bold choice. People questioned whether he even had enough catalog to fill the time slot. But he proved he belonged right off the bat with that drum solo. He evoked the Motown Revue halftime shows of the 90s with his old-school R&B moves, rocking a Jackie Wilson quiff, a James Brown suit, and reviving the Isley Brothers shout. Then he gave it away to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who made the bold choice to surprise literally nobody by jumping around shirtless to one of their biggest hits. Number 4. Coldplay, Beyoncé and Bruno Mars, Super Bowl 50. Give Coldplay credit. Most bands, faced with the task of opening for Beyoncé, would have come down with a convenient case of the flu. Chris Martin and company made the most of Viva La Vida, but there's no denying the main attraction was Beyoncé's world-slaying premiere of Formation, with her dancers dressed as Black Panthers. It was just a 2-minute taste of Formation, but it was enough to blow the rest of the show away. Number 3. Lady Gaga, Super Bowl 51. Everybody was wondering what kind of mischief Gaga would wreak at the Super Bowl. How crazy would she get? How political? How Gaga? Then she aimed straight down the middle with an uncontroversially crowd-pleasing hits medley, even beginning with the Pledge of Allegiance. But she made for all sound radical with her queer-positive anthem Born This Way, probably the first time transgender has been uttered at the Super Bowl. No shock tactics, no surprise guests, just Gaga getting so aggressively normal it was freaky. And Telephone is still a jam, with or without Beyoncé. Number 2. Katy Perry and Missy Elliott, Super Bowl 49. Ever say Katy isn't brilliant? The girl went all out to deliver a beyond ridiculous Vegas show, complete with druggy dancing palm trees and left sharp. But the big surprise came when a mysterious silhouette appeared in the shadows, as a teaser snippet of Get Our Freak on play. No, it couldn't be. It was Missy Elliott, shocked the world with her first high-profile appearance in years, the comeback we'd all been praying for. Talk about knowing how to choose your moment. Give Katy credit. Only a true star would be confident enough to share a spotlight with Missy. Number 1. Rihanna, Super Bowl 57. However, that apparently went by the wayside in 2023, as the 9-time Grammy Award winner was the star performer of this year's halftime. Rihanna hadn't performed anywhere in over 5 years, so people were fiending to find out how she'd handle her big comeback at the Super Bowl. Guest stars, costume changes, fancy choreography. Nah, Rihanna rocked all the way solo, untouchably cool on her flying stage, because all she needed was her own superhuman DGAF charisma. She sneered through one banger after another, visibly pregnant but letting it all hang out, with a squad of white-hooded dancers. How her round belly sparked debate amongst viewers questioning whether she was pregnant again. This alone drew mass conversation amongst social media users. Without hesitation, Rihanna's team later confirmed viewers' speculation. She served notice right off with "Bitch better have my money," sneered Rude Boy over her shoulder with obscene ass grabs, and topped it off with diamonds under the fireworks. She also paused to fix her makeup in a mini ad for her own Fenty Beauty line. Talk about a boss move. Rihanna delivered the goods for her faithful fans, leaning on her classic hits like Umbrella, Diamonds, and others. Those same followers were quick to point out her unbroken promise regarding the Kaepernick situation. Their criticisms ranged from incredibly mild to labeling her outwardly as a hypocrite. For the popular star, it was unusual for her to have her feet put to the fire in that manner. Rihanna discussed her appearance prior to the Super Bowl but avoided anything too political. The singer didn't hold a formal press conference, but she did tell halftime show sponsors Apple Music that the performance would reflect her Caribbean roots. That's a big part of why this is important for me to do this show. Representation. Representing for immigrants. Representing for Black women everywhere. That's key for people to see the possibilities. Beyond the accusations of flip-flopping, Rihanna also came under criticism for her overall musical performance as well. Rihanna's performance even gained the attention from former President Donald Trump, who vocalized his negative opinions. While some were not too pleased by her performance, others favored her overall appearance. Reports indicated Rihanna saw a soaring 390% in song sale, and her lingerie Savage X Fenty gained over $2.5 million in revenue. Many of those watching were quick to point out that it appeared she had a backing track and was lip-syncing. Others complained that she showed little energy. Amazing how Rihanna is able to keep singing even when she puts the mic aside and doesn't move her lips at all, bemused one sarcastic viewer. Some went so far as to say it was the bottom of the barrel in terms of the history of the halftime show. It's worth noting that these criticisms are subjective and not everyone may agree with them. Additionally, the Super Bowl halftime show is a high-profile and complex production that involves many different elements, so it can be challenging to please everyone. Well, that's all we have for you today. Leave a comment on who you believe was the best performer for the Super Bowl halftime shows. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss an upload and you can enjoy the excellent content I send your way.